Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Today we are doing a Q&A video because there's so many new people on here who don't know who I am, and I kind of want you guys to know a little bit more about me. Obviously you guys know things about me because I do put out content and things that I do throughout my week and even on the day-to-day basis. And so I just want you guys to know a little bit more about me and not just the things that I do. I've gotten a few of you asking me questions and I'm like, well, duh, they don't know that. Like, I haven't said it on here. So today we're doing a Q&A. This is freezing my hand. I've been holding it for like 10 minutes to take a thumbnail and my hand is so cold. It's so good though. I've been drinking matcha every day. I drank 2 coffees today already, so I just told myself, no thank you, no more coffee for you, and I always have to have a drink for my videos, so I made myself a matcha. It's not perfect, it's watered down, but it's pretty good. I have homemade almond milk in here so I can taste like the nuttiness of it, and it's so delicious. And then I added some vanilla bourbon extract from Trader Joe's. So good, definitely recommend. Question number 1, how old are you? I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I've been forgetting how old I am. The other day somebody asked me and I almost told them 22, but I'm not 22 anymore. I'm 23, turning 24 this year, which is so weird. Like, I feel kind of old. I know that's not old, but I just feel old. I don't know, like, my cat is playing with toys and he never plays with toys, and all of a sudden he wants to go ring a bell. So the next question, where do you live? I got this question so much because if you don't know, if you're new here, I'm originally from California. I was born in like Central California. And then I moved to like the middle of nowhere for a really long time. And then I was moving back and forth a lot. But when people ask me where I'm from, I tell them that I'm from Long Beach because that's where I went to school. And that's where I feel like I am from, because that's when I started learning more about myself and who I was and what I liked and didn't like, and becoming the person that I am. So when people ask, I say that I'm from Long Beach, but that's not the question. The question I got so many times is, where do I live now? I actually moved to Utah in January and I didn't tell anybody. I literally told like a handful of people that I was moving, and that was it. I honestly didn't really want to move here just because I love California so much, but I think that in this moment it's the next right step. The next question is, how do you like Utah? So I'm just gonna expand onto what I was going to say. I will be 100% honest with you guys. I don't think that I can judge whether or not I like it yet, because everyone that I've talked to says to wait until the spring and the summer. And I completely agree, because I personally go through a bit of waves of emotion when it's the winter, regardless of where I'm living at. And it's just been really hard here because it was snowing, it's cold, it rains. You know, the weather I'm sure is going to be so much more pretty and nicer the closer that we get to summer. But it's been really hard on me because I have to stay inside. If you know me, and if you don't know me, you're gonna learn this about me. I love the beach. I used to go to the beach at least once a week in the summer when I was living in Long Beach. I love laying in the sun. I love getting in the water.
Not in Long Beach water.
But I love swimming in the ocean. I love walking by the beach. That's like my favorite thing. Okay, also, if you guys have a problem with my hair being so dead,
I have a problem with it too.
I made an appointment a week from tomorrow. A week from tomorrow, I will be getting a haircut, thankfully, because this is ridiculous. And I was looking at it today and this side is longer than this side. But anyways, so far, I don't think that I can say whether or not I like living here because I haven't experienced spring and summer. Even this past weekend, it's been warmer than it has been these past 3 months that I've been living here. And I already feel a little bit more like myself. I've been going on some bike rides. Right behind where I live, there's like a river. And so I've been riding my bike through there. There's a lot of like cool things to do here that I wouldn't get to do in California. All of a sudden, everyone's driving past the street.
Never before.
My idea of fun used to always be go to the beach, tan, swim. Now, because there's no beach here, I have to find other ways to have fun outside. Since I've lived here, it has been really hard for me. And honestly, I have had a really hard time adapting to this
state.
There's a lot of things that I don't like about it. There's a lot of things that I think I will like about it when it gets warmer, but it's just been really hard. In conclusion to this question, I don't think that I can say whether or not I like it. There are things that I do like about it. There are things that I don't. But something that I do enjoy about being here is I feel like I'm implementing habits into my life. So I feel like if I do end up moving back to California,
maybe I'll move to another state.
I have more of a routine in my life. As much as it has been hard on me, I do feel like there's certain things that have been very helpful, such as cooking for myself, trying new recipes, starting my YouTube YouTube channel. Let's move on before I keep talking about this. What made you want to change your career path into marketing? Somebody asked this because they watched my college advice video where I said that for my bachelor's degree, I did elementary education, and then for my master's degree, I completely switched over to marketing analytics. So the main things were money, safety, and feeling unappreciated. Honestly, teachers don't make nearly enough money as they should. Teachers are literally the foundation of a child's education on what they end up being in the future. I just don't understand why they don't get paid more, but that's a whole other topic. The next thing is my safety. So I was actually substitute teaching for a while in California, and at one point there was like a safety thing going on where I felt myself being anxious anytime that I walked on campus, and I felt like it just was not for me. Lastly, feeling unappreciated. It is very rewarding, but I just feel like it's underappreciated. After a while, I was already starting to get tired of it, and it made me kind of realize that I love kids and I love working with kids. In reality, I kind of just want to have kids. Maybe it's just meant that I have a kid in the future and that's it. We don't need to work with kids anymore. Let's move on before I share too much. Do you plan on working again now that you've quit your job? If so, in what field? I definitely plan on working again. I need to make money. I could end the question there. What field?
God knows.
I'm looking for a remote job at the moment. I don't really care what it is. I just want to stay at home with my cats. In what field? I would assume marketing, because that's what I got my degree in. But I'm not really looking into the analytic part of marketing. I kind of want to be like a content creator for a company and do their photography for them, their filming for them. But I don't really know. This is a time for learning. I honestly have considered applying to be a barista because I want to learn how to make coffee. I just feel like the last job that I was at, I wasn't even happy. And it was really confusing hearing from so many different people like, wow, good job. Like, you have such a really good job, cool job. Like, wow, you got so lucky. But in reality, I didn't want to be there. It made me feel really negative and ungrateful. But at the end of the day, this is a reminder to all of you guys, if you're not happy somewhere, it doesn't matter who is telling you that it's the best decision, the best job. Just because a job seems great on the outside doesn't mean that it is. And it doesn't mean that you have to stay there. So I don't know what field. I do want a job.
I need a job.
Next question is, why did you start your YouTube channel? So if you guys don't know, I started my channel back in high school through like my first year of college, and I loved it. I absolutely loved everything about it. I love filming, I love editing, I love thinking of new content to create. I don't know, it's just so fun to me. I stopped for many different reasons. I think after COVID, I was just so busy. So it was just like YouTube didn't become my priority and other things did, which is fine. After my master's, I was just working and I was like, well, what am I gonna do with all this time that I used to put into school? I got so used to always being busy. At the beginning of this year, I wrote down my New Year's resolutions, and while I was doing that, I was watching YouTube videos. I came across a video that this YouTuber was talking about, this is your sign to start your channel or something of that sort. And it was saying like, you're only going to regret it more if you start later. And so I was thinking about it and I was like, that's so right. Because every time that I think about my channel, I'm like, I should have stuck with it. I should have stuck with it. And then it made me wonder, yeah, well, how am I going to feel 5 years from now when I'm still not doing it? Like now I'm going to feel like, dang, I should have kept going or I should have started it again. And it made me realize, why don't I just start it? You like doing it. You love filming yourself. You love talking. You love editing, planning the content. Like, why not just try it out? And then I filmed my first video and I was like, I love this. I don't know why I stopped doing this. It reignited the spark and I was like, wow, I don't even care that I stopped for so long. I don't care how many people watch me. I don't care if nobody cares. So I think I just chose to do YouTube because I love that it's about me and I love that I can be creative with it and it's just fun. What's the end goal for your YouTube channel? I have no idea. For right now, it would be amazing to do this full time. That's, I think, the end goal, but I'm taking it in baby steps. And so my first goal is to get 1,000 subscribers and I think that I can do that. Next question. What's your favorite part about creating content? I kind of already talked about this. I think I love editing my content, but honestly today I realized that I really enjoy planning it all out. I sat down with my planner and I started planning out all the videos that I'm going to film this month and also like a little outline of what I want to include in each video. And I found that so enjoyable. It just makes everything more organized and run smoothly so that when I film, I kind of know what I want in my video. Next question is, what makes you happy? When I find out, I'll let you guys know. Next question. I'm joking. Okay, so what makes me happy? There are certain people that make me happy, but I don't think that that's what this person is asking. I think they're asking about like maybe things that I do or things in my life that make me happy. Something really specific that I think is so random that makes me happy is
Any body of water.
that sounds stupid. When I lived in Long Beach, I would go to the ocean and lay by the water, read a book, listen to music. I'm just laying there listening to the waves, but it was just fun to me and it made me happy. That's why it's been pretty hard here adjusting. But how I was saying, there's like that river, and the other day I rode my bike pretty far down like the trail of the river, and I found a really cool spot with like picnic tables, and just listening to the water brought me so much joy. It's so random, it might not make sense to you, but it makes sense to me. And now I know that whenever I'm feeling down, get my ass up, go ride that bike to the river and just sit there and listen to the water. That's my answer. It's my final answer. Next question is, what do you do for self-care? I don't want to say read because I don't read. I barely started reading like last week, and I only read like 2 pages a day. I think taking an everything shower and then having my nails done. I also have been really into baking actually. Next question. If you could tell your younger self one thing, what would it be? That's a good question that I don't know the answer to. I think that I would tell my younger self to stand up for herself, even with adults, because I took a lot of shit from a lot of people at a young age, and I never knew how to
Am I stupid?
And I never knew how to stand up for myself and not be scared of people not liking me because I don't agree with everything that they agree with. That's what I would tell my younger self. Stop being a people pleaser. Next question. As a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? What didn't I want to be? When I was like 5, I wanted to be a princess, but like, come on. Somebody should have smacked me and knocked some sense into me, because what the f is that response? I think in elementary, I wanted to be a vet, but you don't even like seeing animals get a vaccine, so I don't know why I thought that I wanted to be a vet. And then at one point in like 5th grade, I swore I wanted to be a detective because
I wanted to be different.
And then I realized I wanted to be a teacher, and then I changed my mind again while I was getting my degree to be a teacher. Now I just want a job. But that one keeps falling. My hair doesn't look that bad. This is my natural hair. It looks nice and wavy, but like it would look nicer if it wasn't dead. What's a book you've read and never stopped thinking about? I don't remember the last time I finished a book. I don't even know. Oh, actually, this book. This is like a very popular book, very famous, popular TikTok shop. Everyone and their mamas was talking about it a few years ago for New Year's, and I read this book and I actually really liked it. And there's very few times in my life where I have wanted to annotate a book, and this was one of the few times. I didn't do it because I have a weird thing where I don't like to write in my books. I don't know, like what if I want to let someone borrow it and they're like looking at my stuff that I wrote? I don't like that. I would say this book, I was gonna go on a whole tangent about different genres and shit, but this one, and I constantly think about this book when I'm trying to break a habit or implement a positive habit into my life. Next question is favorite song right now. This is probably the most difficult question that I was asked because I am somebody who listens to a lot of music. If you want to follow my Spotify, you should go ahead and follow it because I have a current rotation playlist, monthly playlists. I've been listening to Fine Line by Harry Styles a lot, but that's only because I'm sad and I'm trying to convince myself that I'll be okay. The Marias came out with a new song called Back to Me, and I would say that's my favorite song right now. Also, Joe just came out with an album, and I love this album so much. I've been listening to it on repeat, but if I have to pick a song, I would honestly pick Back to Me by the Marias for now, but it'll probably change tomorrow. So if you want to keep up with what my favorite songs are, go follow me on Spotify. I think you guys know that I love listening to music because the next question is top 3 favorite artists at the moment. Ooh, that's actually really hard. Actually, let's go on just my Spotify and it'll tell me what my, oh yeah, I will give you guys my top 5. You didn't ask for top 5, but I will give you guys my top 5 according to Spotify. I'm not ranking this because I cannot rank my top 3 artists. Wait, should I do it backwards? I should do it backwards. Number 5, The Marias. Are we surprised? No, we're not surprised. Number 4, Wallows. Number 3, Joe. Number 2, Role Model. And number 1, Sabrina Carpenter, which is crazy. Like, I don't think I've ever liked pop music like that, but I just love this album. I think there's a way to see what your top 5 are like lifetime. I think it's on Stats FM. If you like music like me, go download Stats FM. We'll do top 5 lifetime artists according to Stats FM. Number 5 is Cage the Elephant. I honestly thought that would be like number 2. Number 4 is Arctic Monkeys. Number 3 is Omar Apollo. Makes sense. Number 2 is Wallows. And number 3 is
Bruh.
the Growlers. Number 27 should not be fucking Coco Melon. So yeah, I worked with kids, if you can't tell. That's crazy, actually. We need to get them out of there. We don't know no more Coco Melon. My kids will not be listening to Coco Melon. Oh, this is a good question. Somebody said, what's the worst concert that you've been to? I would say the worst concert I ever went to was TV Girl. I love TV Girl, but that show just was not it. The opener was like some weird electronic, like DJ. I don't know. It just made no sense that that was the opener because that's a completely different genre than the actual act. I don't know. It just made no sense to me. And also, that was like right after one of their songs was really popular on TikTok. So nobody sang any of the songs, and all the people in the front were really mean. It was just so uncomfortable. Like, the people next to us were literally on Snapchat checking other people's locations the whole time, and I was like, if you don't want to be here, like, leave. Moving on, what's the best concert you've been to? I can't answer this one. I haven't been to one in like a year because I'm honestly kind of tired of them and I get really anxious. And quite honestly, we have forgotten about concert etiquette as a society. People are just f***ing rude at concerts, and there was a few times that certain people thought that they had the right to cut everybody in line because they've been to multiple shows of this person. Like, if that was the case, then I would cutting a few lines myself. I'm glad that the question isn't asking what's your best show that you've been to, because there's some shows that I saw at festivals, which I will not include that because that wasn't part of your question. I've gone to a lot of fun shows. I've seen Mustard Service a few times. I've seen Wallows a few times, and the last time that I saw them was at the Forum, and Dylan walked right by me. I won't get into festivals because Cage the Elephant, Arctic Monkeys, Gorillaz, Omar Apollo, Joji.
Don't even get me started.
I'm gonna have to say Harry Styles, and here's why. I was a hardcore not a hardcore. I never had posters up. I wasn't allowed to have posters up. I never went to their shows when I was younger. I wasn't allowed to go to their shows. But I loved One Direction. I went to go see Harry Styles on Harryween. I didn't even have pit tickets. I was in the back. And the reason that I know that this is probably the best concert I've been to is because it didn't matter if I was in the front. It didn't matter if I was all the way in the back. It didn't matter if I was outside the building. I was sobbing. I was crying of joy because I was seeing this person perform that I have loved since I was so little. It was such a weird experience. I've cried at shows before because it's so amazing hearing a song live that you've listened to for years being performed in front of you. This is making me want to make a video where I rate every concert and festival / show that I've been to because I love talking about people that I've seen live. It's like amazing. It's not even that I want to brag about who I've seen. It's more like the experience of it and the joy that you get when you hear this music live. I don't even know how to explain it. I love music. It like means so much to me to be able to see these people live, and I have a list of people that I still want to see, but it's just getting harder to want to go because of, first of all, Ticketmaster sucks, and second of all, people are just kind of like mean at concerts now. What's your favorite place you've ever visited or a place you'd like to visit? Let's start with the first part. What's your favorite place you've ever visited? I haven't like gone to a crazy amount of places. I don't have the money for that yet. This is me thinking of like farther travel, like getting on a plane. I think Boston is the best place I've ever visited. I went for like a week, perfect amount of time to do everything and just go walk around and explore. Such a beautiful place. Very sad that it's so expensive to live there because
I would have moved there instead of Utah.
So beautiful. Honestly, one of the best places ever. I went to Harvard and I was sobbing. If you haven't caught on, I'm a very emotional person. A place that I would like to visit, this is like the second part of the question. I feel like there's just so many places that I would want to go to. I don't really care where. I don't think I have any specific place in mind. The answer is anywhere. I just want to see the world. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a drive away, a flight away, a walk away. I just want to experience new places. Next question, kind of similar. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? I don't have like an exact city in mind just because I change my mind a lot. I wanted to live in Santa Barbara for a while, but that's expensive. I wanted to live in San Diego for a while. That's also very expensive. And those are places that I would love to live in, but they're expensive and you can't afford a nice place without working a very high paying job. I'm honestly gonna keep this answer simple. Anywhere by the beach. A nice beach. And nice warm weather because there's beaches in the East Coast, but they're cold in the winter and
I don't fuck with the cold.
We're almost done here, okay? Next question. Are you engaged? And if so, when are you getting married? Hey, I'm engaged. I have a ring. I have a ring. And you guys see me wear it sometimes. Somebody commented about it one time. But I forget to put it on all the time, especially because right now it's downstairs in this little tray by the sink, because when I cook and I bake, I put my engagement ring in a little platter so that it like doesn't get f***ed up. I am engaged. I got proposed to, it was in October of last year. He did a really good job, but yeah, I'm engaged. When am I planning on getting married? Well, Papa, you see, I don't have a job to pay for a wedding, so for sure by the end of the year. I'm currently going through all the planning, but it's just a very unfortunate time without having a job and also dealing with other stress in my life. We're thinking by the end of the year. It's funny because so many people have also asked and like, oh my gosh, like you must be so excited and you must have been planning this since we're little. And the truth is,
I have not, actually.
I never thought I was going to get married. I would always tell my grandma,
Grandma, I am not getting married and I'm not having kids.
and she's like, yeah, sure. Like, I don't even want anything crazy. The perfect little like wedding is just going and getting married and then having a nice dinner with close family. That's literally my ideal wedding. Yes, I'm getting married by the end of the year. Don't know where, don't know how, don't know when. At least I know with who. Let's move on. Love that it goes from something so personal to,
What's your favorite color?
so if you can't tell, I actually have two favorite colors. Is that allowed? Can I do that? Pink and green. Don't think that I'm liking these colors because of Wicked and it just coming out. No, I have like an attachment to those colors. Like to me, pink and green are the perfect pair. Cosmo and Wanda. You eat a watermelon and it's pink and green. Tulips. Pink tulips are my favorite flower with green stems. Are you kidding me? Pink and green. It's a fun fact about you that most people don't know. Honestly, I feel like you guys know everything about me. You guys didn't know that I lived in Utah, but now you know, and it's literally not that bad. I just need it to get warmer. It's been a rough winter. Why don't you guys tell me a fun fact about yourself in the comments? How about that? Okay? Because I don't have a fun fact and I would like to read something about you guys. So tell me in the comments something about you guys that you want to tell me. Whether it's I ate waffles this morning, I called off of work today, I know how to do a backflip, whatever it is. Tell me a fun fact about yourself in the comments so that I can learn something about you. Our last question, what's your go-to hobby when you need to unwind? I just filmed a video where I do a night routine. I have been writing in my journal, writing in my planner, and planning out what I'm going to do the next day, and also reading a few pages. That's it. That's all the questions that you guys sent in. I appreciate every single one of you for asking questions because I wouldn't have been able to make this video without your questions. So thanks. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a thumbs up. I hope that you guys learned something about me, that I live in Utah now. At least now I can be a little bit more open about where I'm at in a way. Like, I think my next video is a vlog and I want to be able to show you guys that I was in Salt Lake City last weekend, hitting up some good spots so that when you guys visit, you know where to go. If you're not subscribed and you liked hanging out with me, you should subscribe because I can be kind of funny sometimes. And I can be educational, and I can be entertaining, and I can be awesome. If you got this far, comment a fun fact about you and the matcha emoji. I post every Thursday and Sunday, so make sure you subscribe. Turn on that bell notification.
Bruh.
I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye.